Batista. Rob Braintree, Sydney Allen. Team Hard, Nick Owen. Braintree, Jack Coombs. And I'm just going to carry on reading them out. Ultimate BMX, Nathan Wood.
Put your fucking hands up!
A finals for cruisers, here we go. And that is Wood leading out. He comes looking good, he must be up there, he's banged in enough results already.
What?
The international #1 position at the moment is Wood coming round for Ultimate BMX Parts. Coming home to take the first A final win in cruisers. Next up on the gate, 13 to 14 cruisers, Shane Redwell, Callum Edwards, Lewis Parker and Kim Baptista. Okay, goes down, here we go. And coming out in the lead, the number 2 on the plate, Shane Redwell out of Braintree. Redwell still running out at the moment, looking good. Baptista's in there as well, and Clark and Kent in the house with Callum Edwards from Wrekin. New track coming your way soon in Wrekin. 15-16 cruisers final, Harry Young, Jay Talbot, Sky Beagley, Will Smith, Scott Dominguez and Roy Jones. Roy Jones an on-starter on this one. Bang the head, but he's all right. Scott Dominguez looking smooth for Love Not Money in this one. Could be all down to this one, coming on through, flying round. Dominguez in there at the moment, looking good. Pick up the 2-place rider. And that is, I think, the 4-plate of Sky Beagley, a ride direct. And the 823 battling out, coming through. Jay Talbot out of Birmingham. But no doubt about the winner, Scott Dominguez. 45 plus cruisers B final on track. Kev Brown out there for Factory GT Click Sargent. Going in the lead. But still, Brownie looking good out in the lead. Picking up into the 11X of Marvin O'Brien and 80 Warden in the 3. Going down that last straight. A final for 45 plus cruisers on the gate. Come around the northeast, makes a noise for David Morton. The Dial Bikes Factory team, Billy Stupple. The Ride On, Craig Robertson. The BRDP, Simon Turton. The FTB, Keith Wilson. The JR Bicycles, Michael Goff. Your national #1 for Team Hard, Nick Priest. And for Dial Bikes Factory team, the 3X on the plate, John Moore. There he goes. Oh, John Moore goes. So many riders going at that point. Not quite sure what's going on there. Nick Priest looking good. He is in now. But Keith Wilson grits his teeth on the inside. Done what a lot of riders have done here today. Pedal the inside line. Coming round that first corner. Paid off for Keith. He's got to keep it going. He's pushing it for FTB. Nick Priest coming strong, banging bars. Oh, the 4-1-2 on the inside. Getting busy, Michael Goff. Nick Priest having a battle with Goff down the last straight. No doubt about the winner. Keith Wilson will take the A final. We'll be pleased with that.
Right, 40-44, Cruiser B final. It was Andy Jellicoe who ended up on the floor in the final turn with Glenoff and Trelli. He's looking to make up for it now, but it is Neil Hobbs out there in front at the moment. Hobbs, Psychopath Industries and Bristol in one. Trelli, he's in there in 2, Noonan for Manchester. And JD Cornwall, Jonathan Dominguez in there in 3. Dave Lindsay in 4. Here comes Featherstone on the inside. Robertson looking for a way through as well. Monday in the back of the pack. Neil Hobbs going to go through and take that B final.
Lining up at the gate, the A final for 40-44 cruisers. Doing it for Clark and Kent and CTR. Ali Burden. For Ride On, Richard Barrett. For J&R Bicycles, Darren O'Brien. Tony Phillips Pittman. From the northeast, Pete Butler. For Team Hard, Keith Bryceland. For CGR, Sean Field. And the W2 from EA Pure Addiction, Alan Hill. Who's got it in there at the moment? Alan Hill, Ali Burton getting a good gauge from the outside. He's been putting the work in. Number 5 plate on the inside, Pete Butler in the 2. It's getting busy. Darren O'Brien's in the mix as well, but coming out of turn 2, Alan Hill, EA Pure Addiction, looking to wrap it up. Butler's in there. Sean Field for CGR in the 3rd place, coming down the last straight. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for EA Pure Addiction rider Alan Hill will take the win.
On the 340, I think it's Team Island, Ali Morgan. For Tiverton, Paula Hallett. For Roach Valley Raiders and Ride On, Julie Barrett. Team Island again, Alison Murphy. Gosport, Rennie Dewell. For Mid-Lancs, Love Not Money Racing, RSD Sports, Lee Pendleton. Nikki Spears for Terry Race Day Video. And for Manchester and Elevates, Louise Abbott. This is a 30 plus female cruiser, Louise Abbott on the inside with Lee Pendleton heading towards turn number 1. And it is the Elevate rider. She's absolutely flying at the moment. It's Louise, she's leading them out. Nikki Spears is in there in 3, the 3 plates in 4. That is Rennie Dewell. So that's Alison Murphy, I think. 5, Julie Barrett's in there in 6, but out front, Louise Abbott is on her charge. Right behind us, Lee Pendleton. Nikki Spears is waiting for the mistake if it's going to come. Nikki's making a late charge on Lee Pendleton. Here comes Louise Abbott towards the line. She's going to get it.
For 30-39 Cruisers. From Braintree, the noisy boy, Julian Allen. 4-speed BMX double cross, Jamie Duffy. For Kohara Green Machine, the British champion, Jason Nichols. It's Race Day Video, 1X on the plate, Roy Sutton. The Dial Bikes Factory Team, 01, Simon Homans. 2 guys for Love Not Money RSD Sports, Dave Ives and Damien Mead. And last but not least, we're still on the plate for Ogden Racing, Martin Oggy Ogden.
What?
Here we go, 30-39 A final cruisers. Simon Homans for Dial Bikes in there, but can Oggy make a move? He does. He shuts the door, does the first corner move, comes out. Close the door. Ken Homans fight his way back. Oggy's been on a roll lately. This will be a popular win. Needs to keep it moving. Here comes Homans. And here comes the guy. Coming on the inside. Oh, we've got a move on our hands. Coming on down. Gonna be tight. Ivesy. Oh, one rider goes out. Ogden's gone out.
Sarah Jones from Mid-Lancs and Kudos. Lana Redwell, Braintree and Ogden Racing. Michelle Eaton, Gosport Dial Bikes. Helen Choo Choo Biggs, Nuneaton and UCC BMX. And for Cornwall and Big Daddy Pure, Joanna Kistel.
What?
17:29 Cruiser. The girls are go. Michelle Eaton heading towards turn number 1 in there in front. She's in 1. Joanna Kistel's in there in 2. Helen Biggs goes underneath and swoops past Lana Redwell. Sarah's in there in 5 at the moment. But the battle is out front. Michelle and Joanna having their own personal fight out there for 1 and 2. Helen's not done yet either. She's trying to track him down. Michelle goes airborne. Joanna's in there in 2. In and out of final turn. Michelle Eaton, Joanna Kistel with a late charge. Helen's looking good for 3. Who's going to get it as they cross the line? Oh!
Kudos, BMX race team, Declan Ashcroft Pemberton. From Burnham, Jack Williams. Team Bunnies O'Neill, Josh Sudo. From Bristol, Nathan Abbott. For Love Not Money RSD, Chris Potter. For ABD BMX, Dan Popel. The number 1 on the plate from Agro Racing, Oliver Cutmore. And great to see him back on a cruiser, the British champion. For Ultimate BMX Parts, Jimmy Arena.
What?
17 to 29, a final cruiser. And Jimmy Arena in the mix on the inside. Can he hold the line? Jumps it. Oh, but here comes Cutmore. Didn't quite make the move. Very close. ABD and there with Dan Popeling. Two battling for second with Cutmore. Jimmy Arena looking clean at the moment. Coming down the third straight here towards Coventry. He's going to roll round. Cutmore and Poble banging bars. The race is on the second. Cutmore and Poble drag racing down that last straight. Who's it going to be? Arenas took the win.
Bristol Harrison Collis. For Team Hard Ewan Monday. For Nottingham Jamie Copson. For Derby S Squared Zach Green. For the Titans Harrison Bell. For Burnham Taylor Hunt. For Peckham Lorenz Patton. And for Redditch Ralph Grimmett. These are the 6 and unders, the Pocket Rockets heading down that first straight. Grimmett in the middle, but he's having a ball with the 2-3-3 or the 2-8-3 of Taylor Hunt. Taylor leads it into turn number 1. Lorenz is coming underneath. The 14 that belongs to Zach Green. He's in there in 3. Here comes Harrison Bell on the inside for the Titans, working his way from 4 into second. So the Titans rider picks up 2 places in 1 turn. But Taylor Hunt out front looking good. Ralph Grimmett's in there in 5. The 5-3-7. That's Harrison Collis in 6. But Taylor Hunt, he's doing it for Burnham. Heading down that final straight. He's going to get it. Harrison Bell for the Titans. Is he going to get 2? Wow.
Kudos BMX Piper, Louise Rudd, Fine Lines Racing, Emmy Rose Clarkson, and from Runnymede, Lucy Hutt.
What?
Here we go, Hutt getting the snap. Out in the lead, looking good. So Lucy out in the front at the moment, where she's been most of the day from memory. And picking up in there, Piper, Louise Rudd, and Emmy Rose Clarkson. They definitely sound like country and western singers, Rich. Those two at the back. But Lucy Hutt coming on round. There's got to be a bag of sweets in this for the win, surely. As she comes round, racking up the points. Coming on down that last straight, Lucy Hutt looking good for the win. From the 7-4-1 of Piper Rudd.
Right, 7-year-old guys, B final. That looks like Zachary Dowson in there in 1. Ryder Joyce in there in 2. Jared Coppins in the mix as well. Preston Field, Henry Rowe, Arch, Rudy Eichhorn for the 4 plates. Is out from Zachary Dowson. Ryder Joyce having a little battle with the 23 of Joseph Curry from Peterborough. He's going to get 3, and the 10 plate of Archie Alexander's going to get 4. Rudy Eichhorn in 5.
Line up on the gate, the A final for the 7-year-old boys. From Titan, Elijah Shearer. For Peterborough, Owen Putland. Next up, 55 on the plate, Corey Waller. For Derby Squared, Riley Hampson. For Gosport, Casey Markley. For Preston, Jaden Seward. For Ultimate BMX Parts 2 on the plate, Dexter Phillips. And the national number 1 from Fine Lines Racing, Felix Twitchett. Silence please, 7-year-old A final.
What?
Here we go everyone, looks like Twitchett's got a flyer. Fine Lines in the house in the 7-year-old A final. Who's in there with him? Picking it up, it's looking tight on the inside. The 150, Jaden Stewart, been riding well all day. Riley Hampson, Derby Squared in there as well in 3rd. The number 2 plate, Dexter Phillips in 4th. But leading it out, the Fine Lines guy, out of Preston, Felix Twitchett. That's why he's got a single digit on the plate. Putting it in at the moment here at Manchester, coming around the last corner. Jaden Seward in 2 still. Hampson in 3, coming down the last straight. Looks like staying that way. Jaden Seward picking it up, coming through in 2. But the race winner, Felix Twitchett.
The mini missiles We have for Peterborough, Ella Foster. For T&J Racing, Sophie May Harris. For UK Bike Store Factory, Hannah Hedges. For Team Mabo UK, Isabella Hurry. For BMX Widow Photography, Lily Brindle. For Burnham, Pretty in Pink, Sienna Harvey. For Team Hard, Lucy Monday. And for Psychopath Industries, Betsy Bax. The Mini Miss Missiles are go! Somebody shot Betsy Bax out of the cannon. Look at this, she's got 3 bike lengths already. Oh, and a girl in 2 as they enter. That's her. That is Sienna Harvey in that 2 spot. That looks like Lily Brindle in there in 3. Isabel Hurry's in there in 5. And Team Hard's Lucy Monday is in there in 4. But out front looking good. Betsy Bax, Sienna Harvey, Lily Brindle, Lucy Monday, Isabella, Ella's in there in 6, Hannah's in 7, Sophie May Harris in 8, but as they head down the final straight, Betsy Bax, Psychopath Industries of Bristol, she's going to take it, Sienna for 2, Lily for 3.